right, how is everybody doing tonight on IIC-live.com? We got 172 people online, and I'm here with our first guest tonight. Some of you guys may have heard of him. It's Groskamp. He hails from the Netherlands. He really came onto the racing scene over the last couple years. Big win down at Snowbird. So how you doing this evening, Yillis?
Yeah, pretty good. In the mod, just took the TQ.
Yeah, you did tonight.
So I'm pretty happy. With that. What you say before, the Snowbird race was, of course, also really good, and now
yes.
I'm doing it again. So pretty good and pretty excited about that.
Now, thank you guys all for coming online tonight to check it out. This live interview thing has really been nice. Yillis, you're from the Netherlands.
Yes.
Why don't you tell some people how old are you, how long you've been racing, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm from Holland. I live in a small village called Vogelzang, and it's about 20 miles from Amsterdam.
Okay.
So I'm 25 years old. I work for A&B.
Right, for A&B.
So,
for most of you guys that are online or racers, that's the company, that's where the A&B, the personal transponders and the transponders we use, whether they're personal or not, that's where they all come from. And,
yes.
And Yillis works there.
Yeah, I work there. Of course, we make the A&B stuff for the RC world.
Right.
But we also make the transponders for real cars,
right?
Like NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One even. So that's kind of special stuff, but still it's just the same basic stuff actually. So I work there, or I try to work as much as possible, and just all the free time I'm racing. So
that's a good thing to do. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And it's also a cool job to have, because it's kind of close to the hobby, like the timing and lap times. It's good. Really.
That's cool. Now you and I have become good friends over the past couple of years and all the races we've been to and everything. And you tell me one thing that sticks in my mind. You don't really own a car, do you?
No. I'm still just going by bike to work, because in Holland it's kind of normal when you live like 4 or 5 miles from your work or school, then you just take the bike and not a car, because it's pretty crowded and busy on the way. So. But in my free time, I drive a motorcycle. So and sometimes if I go to a race alone, I just ask my father for the car. So thank you, Dad.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. Are all the stories about Amsterdam being wild and crazy? Is that the way it is?
No. It's okay. It's just a fun city. You can do some things that here is not legal. So, actually, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's just fun to live in Holland and be close to Amsterdam. So just hang out sometimes, go out in Amsterdam. So
I know you run for X-Ray and things, but why don't you tell the folks that are listening what are all your sponsors that you're a sponsor for?
Okay, of course the X-Ray, then Peak Racing for the batteries and motors. This weekend it's awesome again, the power and the motors. I mean, it's really good. Then Hoodie Tools, sponsored by Proco for the radio, servos. I'm sponsored by Hara product for the Speedo. I'm sponsored by the Border. That's a friend of mine who's having a shop. It's an online shop in Holland.
In Holland. Okay.
And also sponsored by Team Much More, Jayco tires. So
it gives some people that don't know you, let them know what you're running. And I know Oscar's here, but also Joe Pillars.
Yes.
Joe's kind of doing the Peak side of the racing. Oscar doing the Orion.
Orion.
Side.
Yeah. Well, for now, Joe does the motor for me, and Oscar just doing the motors for Hara and Mark, and I just speak a lot with Oscar and Joe for the setup of the motor, what kind of batteries we're running. So yeah, we're a very very good team and close, and we talk just after the race what should we do, and yeah.
That's very good, and I think there's some companies that is lacking.
Oh yes,
it varies and it shows. I mean, in the last few years, the guys running the Orion Power and things like that have been very dominant.
Oh yes,
and I think it's obviously good equipment, but the teamwork, the whole
it's perfect.
The conversating between each other, I think, is really important.
I mean, I'm always around with Mark, speaking with Mark and speaking with Atsushi. So pretty good team at the moment, and also we're doing pretty good. Mark is second, and Atsushi is fourth.
I think he's fourth.
So just the whole team Orion Peak guys are doing pretty good.
Doing very good.
Yeah.
When did you start racing? When did you start your racing career?
I started when I was 13 with of course, a Tamiya car.
Yeah. Because Tamiya is just the Americans. The market is not as big, but in Europe, Tamiya is just.
Yeah, it's huge. I started Tamiya racing with in Holland, the Tamiya Cup.
Right.
And then there's a race over the year, and then the first 3 guys are going to Europe for the Euro Cup. So that was kind of interesting for me to do. Well, actually I never got to the European Championship because at that time I ran a Corelli car. So I quit Tamiya and just the next level of cars, and then I meet Oscar because at that time he was still working for Corelli,
right?
And then we got involved, and it went better and better, and I went to a European Championship, and it was going pretty fast. And at that time we were just running Formula 1 cars,
right?
And Pro 10.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And in 99 I started racing touring car. So
do you race any off-road or anything like that, or is it nowadays pretty much strictly touring car?
Yeah, it's just in Holland we have like 5 or 6 really good, nice tracks, like pretty big, flat tracks. Just good grip tracks, and the off-road scene is not so big. Well, actually now the guys who are running off-road, they're having a race series together with Belgium, because they just don't have enough drivers to have a meeting. So in Holland the on-road is much stronger than off-road. So that's why I just stick with the on-road. So, and it's nice, of course.
With all your racing that you've done, what's your biggest win, or your biggest win?
Well, the biggest win was of course snowboard,
right? And
the biggest I think achievement was the A main at the 2002 World Touring. Because at that time I was kind of new in the scene, and I just was there in the A main. I met Barry and I spoke to Barry for the first time, and also the other guys. I was like, whoa! They were like, oh, Atsushi and Masami. I was like, whoa! I'm just in the middle of them. So at that time it went also better and better and better. And so the snowboard was the biggest win, but the biggest achievement was that. And of course the A main last year in the 112.
Right.
So it was also awesome.
Well, let's ask everybody online here for some questions and see what I saw earlier. Steve-O from
good job.
Hey Mark, how you doing? I saw Steve Rossi posted on here what batteries you use, and you mentioned you use Peak. Batteries.
Peak. They're GP batteries.
GP.
3700. And that's it.
what was your biggest lesson learned? I mean, when you came on in 2002 and you made the A and you really started getting into the racing scene, is there anybody that had mentored you or anybody that really helped? You mentioned, meeting Oscar years ago.
Yeah, of course, Oscar has helped me a lot with all kinds of things, and well, I think I did it all myself. In the beginning of the racing, I was just sometimes really mad when I crashed, and now I just try to stay calm. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Just stay calm and just think about the good things of the racing. I mean, there are people in the world they just have just no money. I mean, we're here. We're just playing with the cars. And
we're very lucky and very blessed.
We are really lucky, and just sometimes you have to think, okay, I crashed, but on the other hand, it's just a hobby and it's fun, and we're just all having fun. So yeah,
that's a great thing to say, and I know that I'm seeing this. Some of the names that are on here. There's some youngsters that are on here, and that's a great thing. I own a track, and we have a lot of people, and they get crashed or something happens, they get very, very upset, and the next 4.5 minutes of the race is ruined because they're so upset. But if they just refocus on the race and do well, you can. There's a couple times today, somebody crashed, moved back to third, but then as they had a good race, the leaders crash, boom, they take the lead and do well. So that's a very good lesson to be learned. F1 Larry asks, what do you prefer? And this is good becoming European. Well, rubber or foam? Now you're running both and you're doing well in both.
Yeah, well, for now, just the foam it's just more fun. I mean, the grip, the power, the speed is awesome. And I mean, foam is more just the racing, and rubber is more like the setup of the car. So yeah, I like foam more. But yeah, unfortunately in Europe we're just driving rubber tires. So yeah, maybe it will change. Yeah, someday. But for now,
that's just the way it is. Is this your first time in Las Vegas?
Yes. Yeah.
Have you played on the tables at all?
I played a bit, and I'm now still equal, money.
That's good.
Money-wise. Well, I'm not playing so much because I'm kind of, how do you say that?
Tightwad?
Yeah.
You hold it. You don't want to let go of your money.
Exactly.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that, especially in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Here, Gilbert Santos, are you using the new top deck on the car?
Well, no. I'm just using the normal stiff top deck for foam car, and for the rubber car I use the new top deck.
Do you have any? Mike Harold's asking here. Do you have any prototype cars on the X-Ray this weekend?
Well, actually, I'm running the same car as Snowbird.
Okay.
Actually, it's the same setup.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Wow. Well, hopefully the rest of the XK guys aren't listening, because they know what you ran. But that's good. Scott Schultz from Minnesota there asking, how do you like Las Vegas? Did you do anything besides? You were here a couple days early.
Yeah. I came in on Saturday night.
Right.
On Sunday, I visited some hotels.
Right.
Like the New York hotel in Venetia.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Isn't it amazing?
Like the shops were so unbelievable, nice and on Monday we went to the Hoover Dam.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was so big, and I had a tour, and then you know how just awesome it is that I built the Hoover Dam in 1930.
Exactly.
With so many people, they're working for like a buck a day.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And a lot of people have died, and they had a great story. So, all you folks, you ever come to Vegas, it's here, the lights and the glamour and the strip, but you got to go to Hoover Dam because it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Texas Tim, what turn motor are you guys running?
I ran a 7-turn.
7-turn?
Yeah.
7 single?
7 single.
7 single?
Yes.
In Europe, most of the tracks are outdoor and much bigger. Some of the carpet are more sweeping turns, but our track here in Vegas is a little different because I knew we were going to have rubber tires and foam, but what are the indoor tracks like in Europe?
They are bigger. Also the boarding is just kind of different, and also the corners. In Europe we're using the dots,
right?
Yeah, instead of the hard boards, like so. And the tracks are a bit bigger, a bit more smooth than here. So
smooth in the way of the flowing turns and less abrupt turns.
Yeah, it's bigger, and also all the corners are a bit wide open.
Okay.
So more sweepers and not so many chicanes.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
What's your opinion of future of brushless?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I drove it once, just at home from a friend of mine,
right?
And it was okay. Just the feeling is a bit different,
right?
But I think in a year or two they will work it out,
right?
And it should be faster in the future.
I think it's no doubt it's the future. Whether the future is now or as more people get into it and production goes, like the Novak one at the Reedy race was very impressive.
Oh yeah,
it was very fast. So I think it's out there, and I know the other companies have it also going.
I think also that the brushes will be cheaper.
Yes,
in the end, because you don't need the good batteries,
right?
And also you don't have to through the motors.
Yes.
So I think in the future it will be just a change.
Well, Ulyss, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Today, you're the only guy in 28 laps.
Yeah.
In foam modified. So the rest of the guys behind you, and I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have a good time in Vegas. And it's really an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
We talked about this in Vegas, and you said you were going to come without a hesitation.
Yeah.
And same with Hupo Hanegold and all the guys. It's really awesome that you take time out of your schedule to come race in our first race here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scotty.